Hi, how are you today, Mark?
I am so good. Hey, we have this incredible webinar that Dotti and her husband Jim put together. Jim is on injured reserve today while we do this webinar. He just had a rotator cuff surgery.
Yes.
He's so you're
down the road.
Dotti today. Okay, good. Jim's getting ready for this, but this is going to be the best combination of an ocean cruise on a smaller luxury ocean liner that I'll tell you all about as time goes on, to this incredible destination of Scotland. And it's actually more than that, because we start in the United Kingdom, right down by Southampton, and we will go up to Scotland, as you see on the map there to the left. But it's the best combination of a great island, fabulous cruise experience, 11 nights. And by the way, this is June 8th through the 19th of 2027. So about 19 months away. So not next, not 2026, but 2027. So we're going to take you through this whole experience, this whole cruise, this whole destination, and this golf package. And by the way, the golf package is with a company called Perry Golf. And we sell a lot of them. And Perry Golf is the Mercedes, the Lamborghini of the golf industry as far as a golf experience. And Perry Golf and Azamara Cruise Line have partnered since 2011 on these golf packages, so they know how to make it work, and it is the most first-class experience. You'll get 4 world-class golf courses. You don't touch your bags. Everything will be clean. You have caddies. You got a welcome and a farewell cocktail party. You've got, oh my gosh, you've got everything. And we'll go through all that. But Dotti, I want to tell you, as a fellow golfer myself, you and Jim have done a marvelous job of picking a great destination at a great time of the year. So good for you. How did you pick Scotland, and how did you pick doing this with the cruise?
Well, Jim and a few of his friends have been talking about going to play golf in Scotland, and it was always said that, well, then the women need to get to go too, even if we're not going to golf. So that's how it kind of came about. We started talking about, hey, how could we do something where we could spend time together, but yet golf could be included and not taking the entire trip, but yet have enough golf to get to experience enough of Scotland and the great courses that we're hearing about.
Oh my gosh, yes. And I'll tell you what, Dotti, if you did this on a land tour as opposed to a cruise, you would spend an inordinate amount of money and time just getting transferred from one beautiful place to the other for this golf experience. So having to pack and unpack just one time is a beautiful thing, as you know. Having somebody else handle your golf clubs and doing everything for you is tee times everything. Beautiful experience. So we'll go through this. But Dotti, before we begin, you and I met actually on a golf course. You were setting up for a golf tournament that you and your husband, I think, kind of underwrite and sponsor, right?
Right. I'm just the extra, but there's a team of gentlemen that started cigarsandpars.org, and they have put on 3 golf tournaments and getting ready to host their 4th one in July of 26. So I just helped a little bit with the silent auction, and Mark and I started talking, and then started talking about other adventures, and here we are, hopefully going to go on a beautiful 11-night cruise and golf package to Scotland.
Well, I like this, Dotti, because this gives everybody time to plan on that and get their schedules right. And I want the audience to know that when Dotti says she works on the auction packages a little, it's not a little, it's a lot. She does a lot of work. Okay, let's get into this. I think you're going to love it. June 8th through the 19th of 2027. And I got to tell you, I'm jazzed about this. So let's look at the itinerary. It's 11 nights. So we start again in Portsmouth, England. You fly into London or if you prefer, you could actually fly into Southampton. There's an airport there too, but most people will fly into London. And we will put together a prepackage in London, in England, for the people that want to go in a little early. If you do, you don't have to, it'll be optional. We'll have that all put together for you, or we can do a customized trip however you'd like before it starts. But on June 8th, it'll start. You'll board the ship in Portsmouth in England. And then we'll go through all this as we go. So we actually cruise all the way up to Edinburgh in Scotland, one of my favorite cities anywhere in the world. I love ancient history, and the castle there at Edinburgh on the top of the mountain there is world-class spectacular. Then you go to Dundee, Scotland, then to Aberdeen, Invergordon. And Invergordon, in this area up here, this is called the Highlands, and we'll show you all that as we go. And Orkney Islands have been so popular for the well-traveled people for the last 3 or 4 years. I don't know what it is about Orkney. So Dotti, when you and Jim get back in your group, you'll have to tell me what's so spectacular about that. But it's been a bucket list destination for the really well-traveled. Then we travel around Scotland into Greenock, Scotland, and we end up in Dublin. After we go to Douglas, which is the Isle of Man. That, along with Orkney Island, the Isle of Man has been the other destination in the United Kingdom that's been so popular for people to go to. But we end up in Dublin, and we'll be able to put a post-package trip for people in Ireland too. So, by the way, if you don't get enough golf in Scotland, we can figure out how you can get plenty of golf in Ireland too. So let's go to the next. Here's a little city of the docking area, the pier in Portsmouth in the United Kingdom. And that's where the Azamara the Azamara Journey will be. And this is where everybody will embark. The next day, and I like this, especially for the people that only come in one night early, you know, you've still got jet lag from the overnight flight. So having a day at sea early on is a really good thing to do. And it'll get you acclimated and accustomed to the ship. Now, you'll like this ship. We're very good friends with the CEO and president of Azamara, Dondra Rietsenthaler, fabulous lady. And they just do such a great job with small ship cruising. And they do a lot of extra special things that make the experience even more memorable for all of the guests on this ship. And by the way, it's 756 passengers, so it's a relatively, in the world of 6,000 passenger ships, it's classified as small ocean ship cruising. Okay, then we will spend 2 days, and again, one of my favorite places in the entire world, let alone the United Kingdom, is Edinburgh, Scotland. There's so much history, so much scenery, so much beauty. But the highlight of this all, honestly, for the tourist, for the traveler, will be the Edinburgh Castle. It's just so spectacular. And I encourage everybody. I'll tell you, Dotti and I will do, Jim and I will do a document party 30 days or so before you leave. And I will encourage you all to watch the story of William Wallace, of course, who was one of the founders of Scotland, one of the people that helped free Scotland from the feudal system of the United Kingdom or of England at that time. Braveheart is the name of the movie. Okay, there's on the inside of, this is not only a castle, but it was at the time a living city up high. And of course, you had to be up high, a fortress defending them when the enemies came to attack. Okay, now here in this area too, I think most everybody knows St. Andrews is, 40 miles or thereabouts from Edinburgh. But we will play on Dumbarnie links, and you all know, I believe, that in Scotland the links courses are just world-class spectacular, and that's where links courses started and went through the entire world from the Scottish and Irish golf courses. So Clive Clark, I do not know him, but I do know that he was a very, very revered and popular golf course architect. And you'll see everything. The Firth of Forth. Okay, I want you to say that 5 times fast after you've had a pint. Okay, and it's just south of St. Andrews, right on the water. Okay, on day 5, we go to Dundee, Scotland, and again, you will enjoy these historic cities. Some of them are cities, and some of them are more of a smaller nature, villages actually. Dundee is a great city. I've been there. It's very impressive. Lots to see, a lot of history there, and you'll be able to do a lot there. In this day, if you decide not to tour and play golf, you'll play at Kingsbarns Golf Links. Kyle Phillips was the architect of this golf course. And again, if you notice, and I just love this picture because look at all the pothole bunkers. Look at how the manicured fairways are just spectacular. And, you know, the big, huge, gigantic greens that you see when you watch the British Open, are now called the Open, right? Okay, then Aberdeen. You know, there's going to be a lot of highlights for everybody, but I think Aberdeen, which is where we're going into what's called the Highlands of Scotland, I think this will be a highlight for an awful lot of the group. And again, remember, there are optional tours every single stop we make, and you can golf. In essence, it's about every 2.5 days, okay? You can golf more than that. We can actually set it up for you if you'd like. But what's included with the Perry Golf program is the 4 golf courses. Okay, here I gotta go over this. I watched that documentary about Tom Morris, and oh my gosh, you talk about revered is the adjective they use. He's a legend in both Scotland and Ireland in the golf community. So I think at Royal Dornoch, that will arguably, I think the last course might be a highlight because it was one that Tom Watson dueled Jack Nicklaus 1977. If anybody watched that back then, you'll remember that golf course and that incredible match. But again, look at the Links Out course, again, all on the water. And we'll talk to you about what to wear and all of that at the document party. Then we get up north, way north. This is on the farthest north side of Scotland, in Kirkwall, in the Orkney Islands. And that's also in Scotland. And you get to see and do and hear and read about all of these, all the history there. The other thing you're going to get to feel on this cruise ship, because Azamara is really good. One of their key pillars of enjoyment of their guests is called the immersion, the cultural immersion, the immersion into the culture of these areas. And it's my understanding, I've not been to the Orkney Islands, but it's my understanding that the culture is uniquely different than the culture of mainland Scotland. So maybe we could use the analogy of the Hawaiian people in the Hawaiian Islands versus mainland America is the unique analogy close to what I hear about this in the Orkney Islands. Okay, then by now, the 9th day, you'll need another day at sea. I love the days at sea. Those are the relaxing days. Those are the peaceful days. Those are the days you can hit the spa or the beauty salon or do nothing at all if you'd like, okay? And they've got a tremendous spa on board this ship. Day 10, which is on June 17th, will be in Greenock, Scotland. And again, the ship is so small that a lot of the big ships cannot get into some of these smaller ports. And remember how important the maritime travel was, the travel by ship in this area was to exploring the world, especially in America. But this is the one I was telling you about as far as the golf course. Oh my gosh. June 17th, the Elsa course in Turnberry, and a lot of people know of Turnberry. Very famous, maybe arguably one of the more famous ones outside of St. Andrews. Known for its coastal setting, lighthouse, and the legendary duel in the sun between Nicklaus and our own Kansas City, Tom Watson, in 1977. Wow, how exciting it would be to play that course. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just love looking at these golf courses right on the water. You know, the golf courses were put in Scotland and Ireland both had so much land that they were able to put golf courses close to the ocean. You know, in the United States and most places in the world, that property is so valuable, you know, they don't put golf courses right on the ocean like this. So this is pretty special, pretty doggone special. Okay, and I told you outside of the Orkney Islands for the uniqueness of experiences, the Isle of Man is here on this day, on day 11, June 8th. This will be the last full day of the cruise in a place called Douglas on the Isle of Man. It's a little island off the coast of Scotland. And then we end up in Dublin in Ireland. So we've gone from England to Scotland, we end up in Ireland. And again, a lot of people will probably want to stay in Ireland for a while. We can most certainly arrange that. And we'll make sure that these tours, when Dotti and Jim get with the group that sign up, we'll see if we can customize something just perfect for you all. But I think that is really a fabulous thing. Now let me go into the pricing of this. We'll do the cruise pricing first and then the golf pricing second. But any of you that have ever cruised before knows that your pricing goes based on the size of the room and whether you have a veranda or not, and lower to higher on the ship. The lower the price is lower. Lower on the ship, price is lower. Higher on the ship, price is higher. Bigger stateroom, it's higher. So the veranda plus, they're just a little bit bigger, and they're more in the middle part of the ship. It's the starting price is $6,139 per person, and that includes all your port taxes, all your fees, all the cruise gratuities. We've got that built in for you. It's really a very, very close, not totally, but very close to an all-inclusive experience. It is based on double occupancy, and the price does not include airfare or your travel insurance. We will help you with your air. We will counsel you on travel insurance, and we most certainly recommend it. Then there is a veranda cabin, which is just a little smaller, a little bit lower on the ship for $5,699. The PP stands for per person. Ocean view cabins, which is literally just a window, picture window, but no veranda, is $5,189. And the inside staterooms are from $4,879. I jokingly say the inside staterooms are the honeymoon rooms where there's no windows, and when the door is shut and the lights are turned out, it's dark. Okay, so, and all payments can be made by credit card or by check. Cruise deposit is $950 at the time of booking. And when you do deposit, and by the way, that's per person, we can assign you the exact cabin. So remember, a cruise ship is like a fulcrum, moves a little bit more up front, most stable in the middle, and next best is in the aft of the ship. And our group department will work with you on what the best cabin availabilities are at the time of booking. Okay, and then your final payment is not till December 18th, 2026. So at the time Dotti and I aired this webinar, the final payment is, gosh, a good month, almost a month and a half. Excuse me, it's a year and a month, or a year and a month and a half from now. Okay, now let's talk about the golf package for those of you that are golfers. This Perry Golf, and I do want to tell you, I'll make sure everybody knows about this, but again, Perry Golf is the Mercedes or the Cadillac, if you will, of the entire traveling golf industry. They do it better than anybody, in my opinion. Again, they've partnered with Azamara Cruise Lines since 2011, so going on 14, almost 15 years. It will be 15 years by the time you all go. What's the price is $46.95, and again, at the time of the cruise ship deposit, if you want to do this, the Perry Golf part of the trip, that deposit is $1,644 per person too. And the final payment again is due December 18th of 2026. Here's what it includes. It's truly hands-free, hassle-free, perfect. Green fees, starting times for the number of rounds is indicated, which is 4 times. Shared use of the golf carts with caddies where they're available, of course. And in some places, the carts are not available because in Scotland and Ireland, they believe that you should walk the golf courses. If there is medical needs to take a golf course, they will allow you to do that. Okay, caddies will be with you and included in that price on all the golf courses. Transfers from the ship and to the golf courses in luxury air-conditioned coaches. You may or may not need the air conditioning at that time. You might need heaters, who knows? Practice range facilities, golf balls were available. Transportation and handling, cleaning of golf equipment for the duration of the entire voyage. There will be a welcome and farewell cocktail parties on board. They call it Golfers Social, which is like a happy hour. And a light lunch at each golf course, plus, and most importantly, Dottie, an open bar for select standard beers, wines, and spirits. And by the way, they'll also have that available for you on the course too. The beers, wines, spirits will be available on the golf course if you so desire to drink while you are while you're playing. You might need to have some. Sometimes over there we call it antifreeze if the wind is coming off the ocean. And then one of the days they will have they call it casual, so it's not horribly competitive, but it is a tournament format set up where whoever wins, and they'll have all sorts of different levels of winning. Dottie, kind of like we do in our golf tournaments. And you'll all be recognized at the golf course and also on the ship. And then gratuities for the golf-related staff, including the drivers that take you to and from the courses and the people that handle your golf bags and move everything. They are included in that price. And then again, there is a full-time Perry Golf program manager on board and on site for each golf venue. And that's the guy that if you want to golf more often than what these 4 golf courses are on our cruise, this golf manager can set that up for you too. Now, Dottie, we'll get into this later when people sign up, but there are some maximum handicaps. As you see, 28 handicap for men and 36 for women. So if you're just learning to play golf and haven't played golf in your life, the golf part of this program might not be for you. You get in a pothole bunker if you're a beginning golfer, you might not ever get out of there. Okay, I think this is so doggone cool. We'll go through this. Here's the Azamara Journey. Love the lines of this ship. Again, I told you 756 passengers, maximum capacity. And normally they are full on these golf trips. Our group coordinator, Lynette Talge, she will be one of the people that will be helping you. And Ashley Faulkner here in our group department. Lynette just did a Azamara cruise around the island of Ireland. And there were a bunch of Perry golfers on that cruise that she did just this past summer. And every one of those people that Lynette talked to said they were enjoying the experience, that it was a very worthwhile investment to do this experience. So here you'll see a little bit the pictures up on the left-hand side, top left. There's they do a great job of putting restaurants, indoor and outdoor restaurants, by the windows, because they know not only in this destination, but especially in this destination of Scotland, you're going to see some amazing scenery. You'll see, I love the picture, third from the left or second from the right, the classy lounges that they have in this area. That lounge is right before the restaurants. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The allergies are killing me. These the indoor outdoor restaurants, I think, are phenomenal on Azamara, and then you make a decision whether you want to eat outside or not. The classy little lounge on the bottom left. That's where they have a pianist, and they'll bring in a lot of classical music there too. Second from the left is their spa. Like I told you, they have a tremendous spa on board the ship, beauty salon, and goodness gracious, do the spa treatments fill up very, very fast, especially the days at sea. So Dotti, I'll give you and all the people that want to do the spa treatments a hint, and that is sign up early. I'll tell you. Now, just finishing up, there is the balcony room that you see second from bottom right. Beautiful king size bed. And by the way, they can be converted into 2 twin beds also. The fact of the matter is, we always on these golf trips have, in many cases, 2 solo gentlemen or 2 solo ladies that want to travel together, so the beds can be separated. Bottom right is the ocean view window. So you see that window, but there will not be a balcony there. Wow. Well, there's the Highlands, the Highland cow in northern Scotland. And I'll tell you what, I love that. The beautiful change of scenery there too. But oh my gosh, yeah, you'll get to see their wildlife. Their lakes are beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. I honestly think maybe the cultural part of this, the Scottish people are pretty interesting, very, very interesting, like the Irish are, as you would guess, much more laid back with a little bit better personalities than the English. So with that said, this is our phone number. I'd encourage you to get a hold of Dotti and Jim when you want to talk about it. We will be doing, now this is 2025 when Dotti and I are doing this webinar. It's actually November of 2025. In December, on December 4th, that's a Thursday night, December 4th of 2025, we will do an in-person seminar here at the Cruise Holidays office. And you can wait till then if you want. If you know you want to go, the sooner you call in and deposit, the quicker you get the stateroom of your choice. As you know, on these cruise ships, the ships sell from the top. The suites go first. And by the way, they don't let us have suites in our allotment of group cabins, but if suites are available, we can get you a suite. We'll quote you for that, and you can say yes or no to that if you want. But our groups department is who you'll have to ask for when you call Cruise Holidays at 816-505-1500. And that's it for me. Dotti, what do you think? Sound pretty good?
Sounds amazing. I've enjoyed looking through the journey itself by looking through the ship, through the paperwork, and the whole experience just sounds amazing. Can't wait.
Oh,
Very excited.
I know anybody that's a golfer and anybody that's a traveler, this is like utopia. This is nirvana. This is a perfect opportunity to be spoiled on a cruise ship where you don't have to be packing and unpacking every day. You don't have to be schlepping your luggage and your golf clubs. You get on the ship and that you unpack, you're ready to get off the ship, you pack up again, and that's it. And I think this is so exciting, so exciting. It's the best of both worlds. The cruise experience I've done, Azamara, they're a phenomenal cruise line. You will love them. They also have one other thing I haven't talked to you about. They have a As Amazing Evening. It's kind of a surprise. Maybe I shouldn't have told you this, but they'll do something for everybody on the ship that is spectacularly unique and memorable. And of course, that's our goal here at Cruise Holidays. We'll make sure you know what to expect. We'll make sure you know how to dress. We'll make sure you have, well, we'll tell you which tours we feel are the best. And we'll tell you the tours that are most historic, most scenic, most cultural, or a combination of those. Okay. And then I'll just go backwards through this. So Dublin, Ireland, the Isle of Man.
Yes.
Oh gosh, Nicholas and Watson. Isn't that something? Our own Kansas City, Tom Watson. Oh, wow. We're blessed to have him as our, third, fourth franchise here in this city. Greenock in Scotland, a day at sea, the Orkney Islands, the Royal Dornoch Golf Course. I am real excited. If you ever see that documentary on Tom Morris, it's just unbelievable, amazing. Invergordon in Scotland, that's in the Highlands. Aberdeen, Scotland, again, really, really historic city, and that, of course, is in the Highlands. The Highlands is just the north part of Scotland. Kingsbarn Golf Links. The links courses, they're all links courses there. Dundee, Scotland. Dumbarnie Lakes. Edinburgh. Oh, boy, I tell you, if you've not seen Edinburgh, it's spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. The second day of the cruise, you're at sea. And again, you start out in Portsmouth. There is the itinerary. Dotti, I'm so excited to work with you and Jim. It was an honor and a privilege and pleasure to help get this all set up. And I got to tell you, this will be a memorable experience. And I'll be anxious to see how many people we get here at our office on December 7th. But we'll send you a link, Dotti. The link can be sent out to, all your friends or anybody interested. If you call us here at Cruise Holidays and you heard about the webinar, we'll send you the link. And again, our groups department, Lynette and Ashley, will be very, very happy to help you and give you all the details too. So, Dotti, any last closing words of excitement about this?
No, we're super excited to share this with all of our friends and their friends and anyone that wants to go, because it just sounds like an amazing trip.
Well,
definitely a lifetime to Scotland.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You all are going to love Scotland. Again, like I say, you're going to love Scotland. You're going to love the history of Scotland. You're going to love the culture, especially of Scotland and its people, and the scenery. And by the way, in my humble opinion, you're going to see scenery that nobody else is going to see if they do land trips. When you cruise it by a cruise ship like this, you will get, oh my gosh, you're going to get some incredible scenery. So with that said, Scotland 2027, June 8th through the 19th, hosted by Jim and Dotti Schulenberg. And Dotti, I'm real excited. I think you're going to have a sellout here very, very fast. They would only give us a small number of rooms. I think we've got 15 rooms, something like that. If we need to get more, we'll ask for it, but we have to sell it. The golf package will sell out much quicker than the cruise will. So do let us know as soon as possible. So thank you, everybody. Dotti, thank you so much. Tell Jim, I hope his recovery is complete and swift. And that having that rotator cuff fixed will take 1, 2, or 3 strokes off his game.
Sounds great. Thank you, Mark.
Okay, everybody. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.